Now on Talking Solutions, welcoming back into the studio one of our favorites, Jennifer Morss, the Executive Director of the Josh Stevens Foundation.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to be here.
And from Crazy Pita, Taylor Arth.
Thank you, Terry, for letting me be here today.
There's something going on with Crazy Pita that is benefiting the Josh Stevens Foundation. Jennifer, some people who are hearing us today don't know what the Josh Stevens Foundation is all about.
That breaks my heart. Everyone needs to know about Josh.
That's why you're here. We can fix this.
Thank you, Terry, for having us. The Josh Stevens Foundation was born out of the heart of a young boy named Josh Stevens who lost his life a month before his 12th birthday in a tragic accident. And Josh was just always an incredibly kind child. And his parents knew shortly after losing Josh that that kindness that existed in Josh's heart needed to be celebrated in others. That we needed to find kids that are engaging in those random, genuine acts of kindness and celebrate that kindness so they're encouraged to be more kind more often. That was almost 9 years ago, and the Josh Stevens Foundation since then has been working with schools across the country. We're now in 350 schools in 12 states, celebrating kids being kind.
Your numbers are growing every time I see you. Also, I think a lot of people don't realize that happened right here in Henderson.
It did, yes. The Stevens family still lives in Henderson, works in Henderson. Our foundation is located in Henderson. So even though our work has carried us across the country and we even have schools in Africa, we still are based here in Henderson.
When we talk about the work of the Josh Stevens Foundation teaming up with these schools, my basic way of describing it would be to say that you go out and you share Josh's demeanor, the way that he dealt with other children. We have so many problems in schools these days, especially with things like bullying. And if kids are kind to each other, all of a sudden bullying is not such an issue.
Right. We try and concentrate on the positive because Josh was an incredibly kind child, and we always want to be genuine to who Josh was with the foundation. So what we do is encourage kids to be kind on the school campus, off of the school campus, in their communities, their activities, sports activities. Sports was very important to Josh. So we encourage that kindness on and off the field in schools. And what we do is every school we work with designs their own custom Be Kind shirt. So it has Be Kind on the front, the school logo in the back, their tagline on the back. And then every single person on that school campus, at least once a week, wears their Be Kind shirt. All of the staff, all of the students, sometimes parents and volunteers. And so that's just a reminder when kids are at school, hey, we are a Be Kind like Josh campus, and we take that seriously. And when I'm talking to you, I see Be Kind written across your chest, and I know that I'm choosing kindness today. And we talk to them about what their legacy looks like, you know, whether it's a legacy from going from 5th grade to 6th grade, and what your legacy at elementary school looks like, or your legacy here on earth and what that means. And kids understand that and they grasp that of how people think about me. When your friends go home at night and talk to their parents about you, what are they saying about you? Are they saying, wow, John is an incredibly kind child and I'm so glad he's in my class? Or are they saying, oh, I hope I'm not in that kid's class next year? Those are the things that kids can grasp that is within their realm of saying, that's what it means to be kind like Josh. I want people to remember me and think of me as a kind person.
How do you want to be remembered? It's your legacy that you leave behind. And Jennifer also talking about the schools that are involved with the Josh Stevens Foundation in their Be Kind program. They're wearing those shirts once a week, all the staff, all the students. Way to keep it top of mind to have the shirt on so that they can look around and see all of these other Be Kind individuals so that everybody can be on the same path.
Right. And everybody's made that commitment together. And then they're also engaging in genuine acts of kindness at school so that they can earn what we call our Kind Like Josh lime green bracelets on our Caught Being Kind cards. And those cards talk about Josh's story. They talk about leaving a kind legacy. And they also talk about you've been caught being kind like Josh. And so the kids take these cards home and they show their parents, I got caught being kind today. And they have their lime green bracelet that they get to wear. And they realize that not every time they do something kind, they're going to get caught. But sooner or later, someone is watching. And being kind like Josh means that you're kind even when no one is watching. But when they earn those lime green bracelets, they wear them year after year after year because they're so proud that someone actually recognized and celebrated their genuine act of kindness.
It's the sort of thing, too, if a child has one of those lime green, got caught being kind like Josh bracelets, Let's say there was another student in school who was having issues, was being pressured, being bullied. I would think that'd be the kind of kid I'd be walking up to be friends with the one who had already been demonstrated as being kind.
Right. And being kind like Josh means that you reach out to those kids. Josh would play football at his community park in his development. And, kids didn't always know how to play football. But Josh would be the one that would make sure that he threw the ball to them and they got the touchdown. He would go knock on their doors and make sure that they came out to play that day, even though maybe they said, I don't know how to play football. And he'd say, just come on out. That's not what it's about. Or at the lunchroom, if there's a child sitting alone, Josh would get up from his group of friends and go over and sit with that other student and make sure that he had a friend and invite him out at recess to play. And that's the kind of kindness that we're encouraging. Just reach out to someone else that may be feeling alone or may not feel involved or want to participate with your group because they don't know anyone. Reach out to them and encourage them to come and be part of your group and play with you.
That is an incredibly mature mindset to know that we lost Josh Stevens 1 month before his 12th birthday, and he was already out doing these things. Inclusive, very friendly, reaching out to people who really could use the companionship.
Yeah, and those stories are really what started the Josh Stevens Foundation. Is after losing Josh, Barbara and Drew, Josh's family, were inundated with cards and letters from people that were being sent to the house sharing stories of how kind Josh was and how he made a difference in the lives of their children. Some of them were also from other kids that were in his classes that said, this is something that Josh did for me and I will never forget him. I'll never forget the kindness he showed me, whatever that act was. And then that's when Barbara and Drew knew that a foundation needed to be started in Josh's name where we encouraged that kindness in others because there needed to be more kind kids like Josh in this world and not less.
And now you've grown to more than 300 schools?
Yes, we have 350 and we continue to grow in new states and new places and places that Josh never even heard of, never went to. And that's the thing about the Josh Stevens Foundation is these kids believe that they know him and that they know how proud he would be of them.
Jennifer Morss is the executive director of the Josh Stevens Foundation, also in studio. Taylor Arth with Crazy Pita. I guess that because you're wearing a Crazy Pita shirt. We all know through the stories that Josh Stevens, at his young age, was a huge fan of Crazy Pita.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
He used to go there, and I know Maddie, who is the owner of Crazy Pita, knew Josh, and Josh had a favorite meal. I've heard this before because we've talked about the Josh Stevens Foundation here on Talking Solutions in the past. He had a favorite meal he would order at Crazy Pita.
Yeah, Josh's favorite meal was the kefta pita, and very recently we have permanently renamed this pita to Joshy's Pita. Reprinted all of our menus, all of our menu boards represents Joshy's Pita for the Josh Stevens Foundation. And we partnered with the Josh Stevens Foundation. 5% of every single Joshy's Pita sold goes back to the Josh Stevens Foundation.
Wow. And Crazy Pita already has supported the Josh Stevens Foundation in the past because those Be Kind t-shirts that we were talking about, Jennifer was explaining with the Josh Stevens Foundation, which I proudly have one of. Those t-shirts are also available at Crazy Pita locations.
Definitely. So we have year-round display at all 3 of our Crazy Pita locations with Josh Stevens gear, rotate out by seasons, always new styles, and we donate everything to the Josh Stevens Foundation 100% from those proceeds.
So you're already giving back to the Josh Stevens Foundation through the clothing merchandise that has to do with Josh Stevens Foundation. But now with Joshy's Pita, it's going to add more with 5% of every one sold.
Yes, 5% of every single pita. And if I can just explain what the Joshy's Pita is. It's kefta, seasoned ground beef patties, very similar to like a Mediterranean hamburger. And then the pita is spread with hummus, and then it's garnished with tomato, cucumber, and romaine. So super simple and delicious.
I was thinking about this as I was getting ready because I know about Joshy's Pita. Jennifer and I have talked about it in past. And being that I am primarily plant-based, I could still go into Crazy Pita and go, I want Joshy's Pita, hold the meat. Give me all the other stuff and still donate to the cause. I could do this too.
Yes, you can.
Taylor, is there a cutoff date for this donation to the Josh Stevens Foundation?
There is no cutoff date. This is forevermore permanent partnership with the Josh Stevens Foundation, 5%, as long as you can order.
Jennifer, you haven't had any effort like this to donate to the Josh Stevens Foundation ongoing. It's like self-perpetuating.
There's been so many kind people that have supported Josh's legacy of kindness. We have received received Lamar billboards in the past. Just randomly throughout the year, they go up and we don't even know about it. Las Vegas Color Graphics is another company that donated all of the menu boards for all 3 of the Crazy Pita locations. But the kindness that comes from Medi's heart, that is, I believe, why Josh was so drawn to him. He loved Josh. He loves Josh to this day. The way that he supports the Josh Stevens Foundation through serving as the vice president of our board, through his business, personally, it is at the top for our supporters of Josh's foundation.
Well, being that I am so blessed to have so many great causes and people in here for the Talking Solutions show every week, I get to hear about wonderful charities in Southern Nevada, also different charity efforts. This is the first one, though, that I've heard about where you create something ongoing. It's not going to end at a certain time. It's just going to be from this day forward. Every time somebody goes by Crazy Pita and orders a Joshy's Pita, 5% goes back to the Josh Stevens Foundation. I'm always hearing about different charity efforts. This is the first, though, with Crazy Pita. And I find that really exciting because it seems to me this kind of a self-perpetuating, ongoing charitable donation on the part of businesses to a charity here in Southern Nevada is a great idea. And it's something that I would love to see expand for other causes. I just think it's terrific.
And I think where it goes beyond just a terrific thought for Medi is he knew Josh. He was very, very close to Josh. And so for Medi to do this, it just makes sense. And like I said earlier, in trying to keep the Josh Stevens Foundation genuine to Josh, he can't make up that the Kefta Pita was Josh's favorite pita. It was. Josh's dream when he was old enough was to work at Crazy Pita. That was his dream. I mean, when they would go in there to eat, he would say to Medi, "What can I do today? What can I help you with?" And he wanted to go in the back and help Medi with whatever he needed, preparing for catering, or he would start bussing tables for people. That was Josh. Josh's dream was to work for Medi. He embraced and loved Medi like a family member. And so it's truly genuine that Medi would do this for the Kefta Pita. And it's something we've been working with him on for some time because it is Joshy's Pita. It was his favorite pita. So it's very genuine what comes out of Medi's heart. There really was no thinking behind it. It just made sense. Just like Medi's love of Josh will go on forever, so will the donations from Joshy's Pita.
Wow. It's just one more way to remember the amazing ways of Josh Stevens. And being that he never ever saw his 12th birthday, he has had an amazing impact, and it continues. So many places, more than 300 schools, different states, even into Africa. So if you ever wondered if one person could really make a difference in this world, I think that's a good example that, yeah, it is possible. It's ongoing.
His birthday would be October 5th. We lost him on September 5th. We hope everyone will stop by Crazy Pita and enjoy a Joshy's Pita. We'll also be doing a Joshy Day at Crazy Pita on October 25th, so we'll have more details about that coming out on our Facebook page at Josh Stevens Foundation at Facebook. Also on our website, Crazy Pita will also be recognizing that day. So we just continue to recommit ourselves. On September 5th, we ran a Joshy's Day t-shirt, and we asked that everybody wear this shirt and recommit to their legacy of kindness. We just continue our work and continuing to try and encourage everybody in Josh's name to be more kind more often.
Keep spreading the word. On the Talking Solutions Facebook page, we'll have all the links, and we'll have a podcast of our discussion today. I think about the impact of the Josh Stevens Foundation. I would think a good percentage of the schools here in the Clark County School District, in Southern Nevada in general, are already part of the whole Josh Stevens Foundation program for Be Kind for the kids. But a school, a classroom, how do they get involved?
70% of the schools in Southern Nevada are Be Kind Like Josh schools, proudly, and they are on our website all listed. But if you're interested in becoming a Be Kind Like Josh school, we ask that you reach out to us. The information is on our website of what's included in the packages, how to get involved. What's really important to point out, we know budgets are tight, especially in the Clark County School District right now. We recognize that. So it's important to point out that it is zero cost to schools. There is no cost to the school. It is 100% parent supported through the sale of the t-shirts. So when the student shirts are sold, that pays for, all your program materials. It pays for a staff shirt for every single staff member on your campus. So staff do not pay for their shirts even. I think that's really great to point out, in that what's happening at our schools is 100% parent supported, not coming out of school budgets.
Wow, because the only thing we're hearing right now from CCSD is budget cutbacks. So it's great to know that there is a very positive program that does not cost the school anything.
That is correct. It's 100% parent supported.
Information on the Josh Stevens Foundation website, on our Talking Solutions Facebook page. We always hear about so many wonderful things that Josh did, the way he affected the lives of other kids, and they'll never forget it. After losing Josh, as his parents were getting this flood of cards and messages about all of the amazing things that he did at such a young age, they had to feel a mix of incredible sorrow and being incredibly proud, and that drove them to decide they needed to have a foundation in memory of Josh Stevens.
And every day is like that. Every day is a mixture of total and complete wreckage, sadness. I mean, the family is destroyed. Every day is a struggle. However, it's also mixed with this amazing pride of their son and what he accomplished, being his legacy in the first 12 years of his life, and what continues to go on and the impact that he continues to make in others. And that's often what Drew Stevens shares when he goes out to talk to schools is Josh was an incredible football player. He was an incredible baseball player. He loved sports. He was very popular. Kids loved him. Adults loved him because he was so kind, but that's not what he's remembered for. Those letters didn't come in and say, boy, he was just an amazing football player, or I loved seeing him on the baseball field. No one said that. What they said was, your son was an incredibly kind child. That's what we'll remember him for. And that's what he's being remembered for today, 9 years later, is how kind he was. And that's what we tell kids is that's what you're going to be remembered for. And it's not always in the case of you leaving your family or you leaving this planet. Sometimes it's just a matter of going home at the end of the day, how you were remembered that day.
Could we just step up and try to be as mature as this young man who did not even make it to his 12th birthday? If we could just get to his status, but his status was so amazing and so kind and so giving. Josh gave us a real template for all of us to follow when it comes to exhibiting kindness.
And it's something that we also share when we go out and talk to kids, that people say, oh, Josh was just perfect. He wasn't perfect. He also made mistakes through his day. But what's important is that there's so many kind children out there, and we've met them. Drew has talked to more than 1 million students across the country since starting the Josh Stevens Foundation. And there are so many kind kids out there who hug him afterwards and tell him that they also have lost loved ones and how they are choosing to live their lives, and that the choices you make today determine the legacy that you'll leave behind. And that is something that these kids have said, yes, I want to think about my legacy and I want to remember for being kind. And Josh wasn't perfect and I'm not perfect. And there are lots of amazing, kind children out there. We just have to decide that today we're going to choose a legacy of kindness.
And there are more kind kids in the world because of the influence of the Josh Stevens Foundation.
Thank you. Thank you. That would mean the world to Josh's family.
It's true. We've got Jennifer Morss, the executive director from the Josh Stevens Foundation. Also Taylor Arth with Crazy Pita. Taylor, I'm wondering, when you're in the stores and you've got the Josh Stevens Foundation shirts around, the merchandise people can buy, when you have the Joshy's Pita, that is also a 5% donation ongoing to the Josh Stevens Foundation, kids are coming in with their families.
Yes.
Do you notice that the kids who come in who are excited by seeing Josh Stevens merchandise or getting for themselves a Joshy's Pita, they're just nicer kids?
Of course. We notice a lot. Kids come in and they're at Be Kind schools. They come into Crazy Pita and they say, oh, wow, Mom, look, there's Be Kind shirts. And we think of Crazy Pita as an extension of the Josh Stevens Foundation. I mean, we support everything that the Josh Stevens Foundation supports. And so we definitely see kids coming in from their schools, from their home lives, and just transferring that Be Kind message all around the Las Vegas and Henderson community.
See? More nice kids thanks to the Josh Stevens Foundation. One of the things that we do on Talking Solutions every week is we ask, we'll start with you, Jennifer, what can we do to help you?
There's so much. This is our busiest time of year, back to school seasons. I know I have my children that headed back to school, but times that by 350 schools. I'm the only full-time staff member at the foundation. We have another 2 part-time staff members. So we run on very low admin because we depend on our volunteers. We depend on others and their kindness to help us to fulfill Josh's legacy of kindness through the Josh Stevens Foundation. So if you're interested in volunteering with us, please go onto our website. It's super easy. Just click on I want to get involved. Tell tell us how you want to get involved, coming into the office and helping with office work or taking stuff home. We have 30,000 kindness cards that get assembled. Those all need to be assembled by volunteers. So people will pick up boxes and take them home and assemble those, bring them back. We have coloring books that go out that say Coloring with Kindness. Those all have to be assembled. There's shirts that we need folded, events that we need help with. It goes on and on and on. So we could definitely use anyone who wants to get involved. Please reach out to us. If you're interested in supporting through a financial donation, that can also be done directly through our website. We have many corporate sponsors that are involved in our school programming. Again, we try and keep our program to zero cost to the school and 100% parent supported. However, not all parents can afford to support the program. In those cases, we do sponsorships 100%, sometimes 50%, depending on what the financial status is of the parents at the school we're working with. So all of that is made possible by our donations.
When you were talking, Jennifer, about volunteers, a lot of times because people know that I work with Talking Solutions, I get to have all these different groups, charities, different volunteer opportunities come around. I had a friend who is a mom of an 8-year-old. She came to me in the last 2 weeks and she said, coming into the holidays, would you keep your eyes open for a volunteer opportunity for my son? Because I think that would be great. I think we've just found the volunteer opportunity. So I get to introduce you guys and get him involved. I think it's a great idea.
That would be great. That's what we try and do with our volunteer program, is make sure that we have opportunities for everyone. And we have a lot of kids that want to volunteer, and so they may not be able to work some of our events or volunteer for some of our events, but they can pick up kindness cards, take them home and assemble them. And they know that they're going out, maybe in their school, maybe in other schools, and they're being used to catch kids being kind. And they played a role in that, or assembling coloring books. So there's things that 6-year-olds can do. Sometimes I struggle in doing them, but 6-year-olds can do up to adults. And you can come into our office, or you can take them home and assemble them in your home and get the rest of your family involved. We really pride ourselves on creating this community around Josh, because that's what Josh was about.
Kindness. Yep, that's the volunteer opportunity. Now, Taylor Arth with Crazy Pita, we extend the same question to you. What can we do to help you?
The simplest thing you can do to help us help the Josh Stevens Foundation is to come to Crazy Pita, buy a Joshy's Pita, buy a Josh Stevens t-shirt, sweatshirt, knickknacks. I mean, we have lanyards and sunglasses and anything you could think of, because those funds go to the Josh Stevens Foundation and they help support the amazing legacy that Josh was and that he continues to leave in our community.
Wonderful idea. And I do emphasize, I think it's great that a local business cares enough about the community and charity, and specifically the Josh Stevens Foundation, to be involved by saying, come to my business, buy this product, and I will ongoing donate to that foundation, which does so much good work for kids. It just helps our community be stronger and kinder. And I always say that the sort of stuff that we shine a light on here with Talking Solutions is designed to raise awareness, which promotes empathy and understanding, and hopefully makes us all nicer to each other. That's what we're here to do. And I think what you're talking about today with the Josh Stevens Foundation is perfect. Fits right into the way I like to do things, for sure. I want to thank Jennifer Morss from the Josh Stevens Foundation, and also Taylor Arth with the Crazy Pita for joining us today on Talking Solutions.
Thank you, Terry.